Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Spicy Sunflower Tarot. Welcome to this weekly reading. Thank you for your time and your energy and your effort and all of that. This is a weekly reading for the sign of Gemini, and I have the Light Seer's Tarot here. We're going to jump into a What's Next reading. Gemini, hope you're doing well in this Mercury retrograde that we are currently in. I hope you've backed up your devices and you've saved your information and you're not making any new purchases and all that. I mean, Mercury retrograde affects every sign, but Mercury is Gemini's ruler. So I don't know if you're feeling it a little bit extra than everybody else, but my support is being sent your way. And we're in Cancer season, so I don't know if that affects you in any way, shape, or form special, but watery emotional energy out there going on. So I hope that you're supported and you have a support network. Gemini, we're going to be looking at what's next. What's next for Gemini? For the sign of Gemini, what's next? First of all, we're going to look for what are you being called to? What are you being called to? What's calling to you? Seven of Cups. What does that look like exactly? Seven of Cups. What does that look like in the physical reality? Page of Swords. Your actions. What are your actions with this? What are your actions, Gemini? Woo! Ten of Pentacles. And then your advice. Whoa, this is how you are understanding things now, Queen of Wands. And then your advice for how you're going to understand things in your next phase. Hanged Man. Message from Spirit. What does Spirit want Gemini to know? What is the energy and the message that Spirit is having for Gemini? Seven of Swords. Interesting. Okay. So Gemini, back to the beginning here. What are you being called to? You're being called to choices, options, fantasies, delusions. Everything about these cups is, first of all, they're turned over. Your choices and your options right now, they're not like in your face. They're not presenting themselves. They're just under a cup. And every cup is your emotions. It's shrouded and clouded with your emotional energy. And that can be like, you know, how your fears and your excitement and your anticipation, all your emotions have all of this choice and options under them, in them. You know, in one cup there's a snake, one cup there's a body of water, one cup there's a ladder, one cup everything has something. Now, there's choices and there's options. That is what you're being called to, having a buffet, if you will. You're being called to a buffet in your life. There is this. That's what you're being called to. What does this look like? It looks like a Gemini getting into their energy, Page of Swords, and investigating things. Opening up tabs in their computer for option A, option B, option C, and starting a file for each choice and each option, because those choices can easily become, like I said, fantasies, even delusions. You have to be really careful when you're dealing with, you know, emotional choices, because we can make them into all kinds of things. So you have to be really careful, and that's what you're doing. What those choices and options emotionally look like is Gemini investigating, starting files, opening up Each individual file folder has all the options labeled out and everything concerning, let's just say, moving to Kentucky. What is option A? Moving to Kentucky. What does that look like? It looks like cost of living, jobs, how am I going to survive? Am I going to like it there? Activities that I like to do. You're starting these files and you're opening them up and you're making sure that you're not going to make a decision based on emotions only. There's going to be some substantial facts and evidence to support what you choose, which I really like. That's really smart. The actions that you are taking, 10 of Pentacles, your investments are rich. Your investments are strong. The actions that you're taking right now are looking towards your future, because what you want and what's out there for you is a family legacy. This is really like an inheritance, establishing something so that your children's children will be provided for. This is not you thinking about right now. This is you thinking about 100 years from now. You are trying to create something. Your choices and your options, and you being really smart and strategic about making those, comes with the goal is to provide a safety net and a backdrop for my family that they're never going to have to be without something to hold them up. This just reminds me of a trampoline. If anyone in my family were to fall from grace, they have this trampoline to bounce off of, back into their life, to try again, to have second chances, third chances. Sometimes we need 4 chances to get our act together. It just feels like there's this Gemini out here who is protecting their family legacy in the big picture. The advice for you to understand things right now is the Queen of Wands. This is saying for you, it's a feminine energy, fire energy. It is very confident. It's very secure. It's very much about a belief in my ability to be magical. It's my belief in my ability to create the life that I want. This magic wand is not held in this hand for no reason. It's held there because this person believes with all their might that they are magical, that they can have what they want. They're not just doing things for no reason. They definitely are putting things out into the universe that they want to see grow. They are, like I said, they're beautiful, they're confident, they have this ability to create from nothing what they want to see. And you right now are really embodying this Queen of Wands energy. You're bringing that into your current energy. You're holding on to this. I have this inner fire that burns, and other people are very attracted to you right now. You might be getting a lot of phone calls, emails, people. They just want to be in this energy because it's like the fire if you've gone camping, somebody gets up early, they light the fire. The first thing you want to do is go be by them. Be by it, because it warms you. It lights you up. It makes you feel like you're just as confident as they are. It's just good energy. Gemini, you're really bringing a lot of good energy to the table. As you move into the future, once the next phase really starts to roll out for you, you're going to find yourself in this state of hanged man, that you know that you need to take some time out. You know that you need to reassess, rethink, reprocess. You need to organize your thoughts. When the hanged man goes into that energy, this is major arcana attributed to the sign of Pisces, by the way. They need to gain a new perspective. They need to see things from a new angle. They need to process their situation very carefully so that they aren't making rash decisions, those emotions. They are very careful to become illuminated. And it feels like in the future, you're going to have an epiphany that's going to illuminate the way that you are going to process how you make your choices and your decisions. The message from Spirit for you is Seven of Swords. And what this is saying for me to share with you, take it or leave it, is be careful. Protect your energy. Protect your information. Protect your next move. There is a potential snake in the grass. There is someone that would love to take whatever it is you've worked so hard on and run with it and act like it was their idea. Someone would like to take your information and go present themselves like it's like a beware of your identity, beware of your protected information. Like I said earlier, Mercury retrograde, lock down your electronic devices, back up your material, make sure that you safeguard all of your ideas and your future proposals. You know, that's not for everybody. Spirit is showing this card for a reason to say, Gemini, you know, protect yourself. You can love people till the cows come home, but protect yourself. This is your reading, Gemini. I hope it helps you in some way, shape, or form. Spicy Sunflower Tarot. I can be found on TikTok and on YouTube. And your likes and your follows, subscribes and shares, your comments. I love your comments. Thank you so much. Be blessed and be well. Thank you.